going to see those results in.
Well, it's great to be here today, and we've been talking a lot about this for the last few months about supply chain, as many companies that we've seen have gone out of business, and it hasn't been good for the world as a whole what the economic is. And thank you for talking about what my past is and school and everything. But there's a real principle that you and I learned from Dad many, many years ago, and that is to be financially secure. Don't be indebted. I mean, right now in America, we see they're going to stop foreclosures and they're going to stop to slow the loss. And here at Sizzle, we're ramping up to move into the future because we are debt free. We own our manufacturing. Our buildings are paid for. We're not beholden to anyone, so we can maintain, but we don't want to maintain, we want to grow. And that's exactly what we're doing. And where I see companies going out of business, in fact, Doc Fizz, as you know, Lisa, you're the one who told me what he had put up there, you know, a study of 7,133 companies, 14% are out of business. And a big chunk of those have less than 2 weeks worth of cash left to navigate and hopefully hold on and hope that something breaks through. Well, it's these losses of business and vendors that have put us into a backorder situation. So immediately when this pandemic hit and everything, we went to the whip and we doubled everything, because things that were typically 4, 6, 8 weeks out became 20, 30, 40, 50 weeks out, you know, and many people have seen it in a tub 1 week and seen it in a Mylar bag the next week. And you know, and we've had to go through and requalify new vendors that would supply things as basic as raspberry. You wouldn't think raspberries, you know, they still grow, but by the time you get them dehydrated, you get them through testing and vendors requalified, and there's so many. I'm not going to go through all the different ingredients that we've had to do this with to make sure they are sizzle safe, to make sure that they meet the qualifications for the products that we demand, because we're very stringent on what we will accept. The upside, even though, you know, Australia has half of the products out of stock at this time that we have here in America, we're funneling it out there. We're putting it out there internationally, and we see a big wave in what we did last year that will get us over this in the next few weeks. And unlike other companies that have gone out of business or are 80, 90% on back order, which will put them out, we haven't seen that. We've actually seen quite a large increase in sales since the onset of this. But the real basis of this is being financially independent. And that's what we all strive for in our own personal lives. But from a business concept, when we didn't have much, we had a family farm and we were making industrial chemicals. Dad realized this was a real fundamental principle, that you pay as you go. If not, when you come across hard times, it can be very devastating. We don't have any of that. We're bringing out new products. I'm working on new products right now. We're investing in those. We're doing our trials and getting people to try new things. Sizzle Thin, Sizzle Sport have been a phenomenal success. Just yesterday, I was talking to Milo, and you know, if I were to describe Sizzle in a word, we've talked about the science, the innovation, the success, the energy, the longevity. But over the last year, I would describe it as resilient. Yes. Because we're able to take what others are seeing as devastating, survive the storm, and come out the other side bigger, more powerful, maintain the message, but have creativity and innovation to take us to the next level. I mean, I'm thinking out there, Q3, Q4 of this year, we're still in the first month of this year, but I'm worried about how are we going to drive sales at the last of this year, and then where do we go from there? But I have that ability because I'm not worried about, we're going to pay the power bill, we're going to be able to pay vendors. And with that, I've over doubled the inventories or the purchase orders, and where we used to make 25,000, we're making 50,000 when they come in. So we're going to see this come to an end. Others will not be so lucky, just like this study, 7,133, 14% are gone. There's another 20, 30% beyond those guys, the next few weeks, if things don't change, they'll be gone. Sizzle is about growth. It's about creativity, and we are resilient. And so back order is always been a dirty word. Out of stock sounds a little better, but the results are the same. And that's a temporary situation. I'm glad you guys have this call to update people where we're at and where we're going. Right now, I'm planning new markets to open. I see this as a major opportunity in many ways to move forward. How can we get better freight? How can we get CBD to Australia? How can we do so many more things to grow? There's so much opportunity out there. I want to solve the problems of the past and the current, but I'm dreaming and moving forward with a dynamic plan to sustain the growth that we've experienced over the last year. So things really have not looked so great the past year for father and everything, it's been the toughest year of my life, but things have never looked better for growth and opportunity to build this business. The one jewel of all the things that we've done and everything in our lives has been the Mower Mission, and that's embodied with Sizzle, and the opportunity that it affords to other people out there who want to take part of this, and they want to have a business, they want to have dynamic health. We are at the forefront of that, and we'll continue on. This part of my life, I'm a steward of the Mower Mission. One thing that Dad was very adamant about, this isn't to be sold. This isn't a get quick rich. We're not a private equity. We're not growing this thing. We stay solvent. We take care of it while we're here, and we pass it on to the next generation. That is one thing that he was adamant about, and I equally share in that and the mission. So while I'm the shepherd right now, I tell you what, I've got big visions and big dreams for each of you. We've done it, we're doing it, and we're going to continue on. So the best of luck out there to everybody when you go out there and spread the word. Be a testimony of the products. Have confidence that we're going to fulfill everything that we should be doing, which we are doing as these vendors come together. Just a quick little deal here. I cannot believe when you go to the grocery store and you see things like Diet Coke and other types of canned products, aluminum shortages, and I know everyone's seen this, and who would have ever thought we'd have seen a $10 roll of toilet paper? But that was a national crisis last year at this time. But the fact is, we've come out the other side of this bigger, better, 30% more distributors and growth. This has been something that I guess we've been preparing for a very long time. So the best, everybody. We stand by you. We're shoulder to shoulder with you, and let's keep marching forward. And we are number one, and we will
you got me so excited. So, yeah, I love that.
Thank you.
Let me just say one more thing to you, because everything you say is so true. Milo and I get a lot of emails and stuff, and someone just said, "Is this a money issue? Is this a department issue?" It isn't. It is truly the suppliers that we normally work with that we're not that some aren't even there, like you say. Others, you brought up a really great fact that I actually haven't even been talking about. That's so true. Making sure that their ingredients, products, all are up to that Mower Mission and up to snuff with what we consider, premium products that go in our. There's
Absolutely.
A lot of yes.
Where people are going home and not knowing if they have a job, we're hiring people.
Yeah.
We can't find enough people to keep up with what we're doing. We're expanding. But the nice thing about it, we own the fillers, we own the mixers, we own everything that we have here. So it's not like we've got to make a bank payment. What do we do with the extra that we have? We pay it forward. We're, like I say, if we used to order 2,000 pounds of an ingredient, now we're ordering 4,000 pounds of ingredient. And Milo brought up a great point. If you talk about those dates, we really see over the next 6 to 8 weeks, this can come right down to 1 or 2 items. We maintain these inventories internationally even before we do domestically, because we can supply here much quicker than we can over there. So if it comes right down to it and there's 5,000 left, And we think that Australia is going to need that. Japan's going to need that. Europe's going to need that. We ship it out. We go on back order here first, long before they ever do there. You guys haven't experienced in these other markets what we've experienced at home. And even with that being said, I mean, I think sales are up 12 or 13% month over month. Sizzle Thin continues to grow. Sizzle Sport, all the other products also. So the future, as dim as it was in the past, has never looked brighter.